Okay, so we are going to attach our tray to the front of our Bistro sign. So what you want to do is measure up 1/2 inch from this line, the triangle that you cut out, and we are going to line up the edge of your tray. And again, it doesn't matter if there's writing on the front because you're going to cover that. You may want to cover that with paper now. I'm not going to in this case, but so then I have opted to put the strips on the inside or the underneath side of the tray. It just, in my opinion, it gives it a little more stability. So line that up, edge to edge, right along, as best as you can, right along that half inch up line that you marked. Sorry, that was really hard to say. So far it will look like that. Okay, and then we're going to take the other side and we're going to line it up there as well. Okay, but before we do that, let's add this small piece first. It'll make it just a little bit easier. So this is going to be the back of my sandwich board. This is the front. So this one I'm going to attach right up here, right along the edge of the chipboard. Okay, so let's take that, and again, the Scor tape or the tab is on the bottom side or the underneath side here. So what you just do is lay that down and just butt that right up against, whoop, make sure you line it up, right up against the back part of your sandwich board. Okay, so now let's try to decide which is easier here. So again, I marked up 1/2 inch from here and I drew a line just as a guide. It may be off a little. You just want to do your best to make sure excuse me, that you line that up. And the easiest way I found to do this, you know what I'm going to do to make it easier for you to see? I'm going to put my scoreboard back up here so that you can actually see it come over the black. Okay, so how did I have this? So I'm thinking you can actually, since you put your Scor tape, the folded edge, right along the edge of that chipboard, should be able to come in. Let's do it this way so you can see it. Come in, just line the edge of your tray to your 1/2 inch line and just stick it down. So see, and then you just want to double check, make sure there's nothing overhanging here. And there's nothing here. Maybe just a tiny little smidgen, but not too much that it's going to make me want to stop and cut it. Because again, we're going to wrap that with paper. And then the next thing we want to do is set this up. Going to just hold it behind there. And you're going to end up with a little slant in the sandwich board, kind of like that. So let's remove the backer. And I had 2 little pieces of Scor tape here because I had to redo this. So let's stand it up as straight as you can get it and start on one end and go underneath and attach it. So you see how, let me turn it over. So you see how that gives you that little bit of a slant right there? To me, that just looked more like one of those Bistro signs. And I don't know if I said this earlier, but I actually went to a local Starbucks to double check it to make sure that it wasn't straight across, and it wasn't. So, but one thing I do want to do, see how it has a little bit of wobble? What I do want to do is take one of these leftover pieces of construction strips Okay, I'm going to fold it so the score tape is on the inside. And I'm going to remove, or I'm going to try to remove the backing paper. I cut all my nails off, so now I can't seem to make anything work right. Okay, so I am going to just take that score line and match it up. Again, it doesn't matter. You want to try to center it if you can. It's going to get covered with paper anyway. But I'm going to match that score line right along the edge. See, it actually takes a lot of that wobble out. And then I'm going to do the same. I just have a small little piece left over here. Just gives it a little extra strength. Again, make sure the score tape is in the inside, or on the inside. Line that up. Whoop. Easier to say than do. Let's turn it this way. Just get a little. So there's that little extra. It's amazing that little piece of paper gives that little extra stability. And on the inside, everything is all nice and clean. And then if you cover that with pattern paper, nobody's ever going to see it. But again, I don't really mind. I don't mind that being like that so much. But, you know, that's your call. So there you have it. That is the simple construction. Oh. Again, you might want to just take your bone folder, lay it down on your surface, and just give it a good burnish. Make sure that the score tape came in contact with the chipboard. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Turn her over. Do the other side. So yeah. So there you have it. That's our cute little bistro sign. One thing I did forget to tell you about the handle. I took, this is 2 inches by 7 inches. I scored it in half. Put some score tape on one side. Folded it over. And then just take a bone folder. You can take a pen. You can use your ruler. Whatever you want, and just give it some shape. Make it look like a handle. I scored it at 1 inch from each edge, and then used the corner rounder and rounded the corners. You see there how it's rounded? And then after you apply your pattern paper here, you will just come in and find the center, center top to bottom, left and right. And then as far as you want, you can use glue to glue it down, or you can actually punch a hole after you put your pattern paper in using a crocodile, or however you punch a hole. Paper piercer might be a little difficult because this is kind of heavyweight chipboard, but or just art glitter glue is how I put mine down, and it holds just fine, and gives it a little handle. So yeah, so it's super cute and it's really sturdy. Let me show you, bring my other one back in. So yeah, so this is super, super sturdy. There's my handle on mine. And you can't really see, or you can see a little bit over here. I put some embellishments on. I had this butterfly in my stash, and this is actually part of a wedding dress applique. Some flowers, and I had all these flowers were in my stash. I had some of these enamel dots, or you could use, let me see, this is not the right color. Some of these Nouveau drops, they would work just as well. So then I took just a little piece of cardstock there. You can't really see because so I just put that in there to stop the album from falling out this side, and I added a little sticker. And then on this side, I used, I will show you. Oh, tell you what, my big old fingers. Okay, this side has a super cute little charm. I used these Dritz 3 extra large hooks and eyes. I think these are used mostly in sewing, but one side of the closure looks like this. Okay, and then the other side is the actual hook. So I guess it's the hook and the eye type of thing. So you can actually put ribbon in through here. I've done that a million times. I put lace through here. And this hook part I glued on with hot glue to the edge here. But I would say I don't ever trust hot glue. But I didn't have any E6000 left. I would use that because that's a very, very strong adhesive. So hot glued that there, hot glued the flower, this little epoxy flower I have on top of it. And then I have this super cute, really simple. I had some of this chain in my stash. And then I got these cute little, what do you call these things? Charms from an Etsy shop, and that we'll put in the description for you if I could find it again. Yeah, there's two little teacups or coffee cups, I'm calling them. There's a Starbucks cup, and then there's a couple, life begins after coffee. Coffee is always a good idea. And then this one has all different coffee. It's like, it says cream, latte, espresso, cappuccino, that type of stuff. So yeah, and then they were super cute and just dangled there. I might go back and add some, like coffee color. Actually, it can't just be coffee colors. Maybe some pink and gray beads. I might go back and do that to match pink and gray and green. So yeah, so that is, I'm going to lay it down. That is the construction of the sandwich board. So next up will be the construction of the mini album covers. See you in just a bit. Thanks for watching.